Hey everybody, good morning. Master Sukuri's here, Tokyo, Master Vibes. Today, as I promised, book review of the Little Capoeira book. I'm here at Samba City at my restaurant today because I have to get ready for the lunch rush. So if there's a couple of noises in the back, it's just Mestre Linguiça getting ready also. Okay, the last book I reviewed was Capoeira en Candomblé by Floyd Merrill, and I know that it was I was trying to be as polite as possible. Just I critiqued the book as best as I felt I could. I'm going to do the same here because I believe doing this is I have to give my honest opinion. Okay, the Little Capoeira book. If Capoeira had Bibles, this would be one of them. This would be one of them. Mestre Nestor Capoeira's book, and he has several different books, are all must read before you even call yourself a capoeirista. And they're translated. The Little Capoeira book by Nestor Capoeira, if you haven't read it in a while or read it, I'll have the link below, right? Amazon. If you use the link, then you support the channel. Okay? So don't forget to use the link. Don't forget that if you like what we're doing here, also to subscribe and share and get the notifications bell so that you can know when things are coming out. So, I first read the Little Capoeira book by Mestre Nestor Capoeira, maybe when it came out in 95 or 96. I can't really remember offhand when I actually read it, but I remember it was right after it came out because there was a buzz in the Capoeira community. Oh, Mestre Nestor Capoeira's book's out in English, okay? Now, I've also read his four books, I believe. In the ones that I remember are the one about Galo Canto, which I'm going to be doing again, and the Little Capoeira book, and the novel about Veneno da Madrugada, and the book that he wrote, it's like a story, a novel about capoeira characters, which is one of my all-time favorite books, and I'll get into that in a different day. I'm wondering if that's even translated yet, but we'll have to find out later. Okay, Little Capoeira book. Like I said, I first read this maybe in 95 or 96, and it is a must-read. If you've never read this, please do not contact me and say, I'm a capoeirista, but I haven't read it. No, you're not a capoeirista. This book has so much good information and is a basis for so much stuff that other people have written about. Okay? I graduated from USD, remember? Bachelor's in Hispanic Latin American Studies, that's what it's called at the time. So I have a strong background in Latin cultural things academically too, as I always mention, because it's important that where this is coming from. So by the time I read that, I hadn't really done much graduate work or haven't had really much like career experience yet. So I fell in love with it the first time I read it. I think I read it twice the first time I had it because it was so good and so rich and so well done that I couldn't put it down twice, right? So it's perfect for anyone starting capoeira. It's perfect for anyone reflecting on a long path of capoeira. Chapter 1 is great. It gives so many looks into the possible capoeira roots. Up until now, we still don't know where capoeira comes from or what are the roots are. There's constant discussion. I have my own theories because I researched the topic, but I haven't really shared those because I believe those are not really substantial. Like I can't really say this is how it is or possibly this because there's so much vague information, but also so much rich information also. He gives a lot of it, and he does it in a romanticized that just makes any capoeirista just get the like goosebumps all over. He makes the story so good, and how he's explaining the concepts of capoeira and the history. He explains it where you can feel like you're being put there at the moment when he's describing the roda, the sound of the beating bow, the two jogadores coming in. You feel like you're at the roda. That's something that I really love about Mestre Nestor Capoeira's writing. He writes really well, and he writes in a very how can I put it? He writes in a very good way. So I want to make sure that it's possible for people to understand that his writing is impeccable and I love it. Okay, he's really writing for the capoeirista to enjoy. This book also has a lot of key terminology that is essential for capoeira practitioners, right? I'm a very strong believer in something that I saw on the CD of Mestre. I can't. Mestre Negativo was doing a CD. I believe it was Waldemar de Paixão. I can't remember offhand, but he says, "Oh, he's talking about people." He goes, "What about so and so master?" He goes, "That guy's not a master. He's an aficionado of the sport of capoeira. A master plays, sings, does everything, and is involved also in the history and the culture of capoeira, not just in the application of movement." So I believe that very strongly in dividing. It doesn't mean people who are not capoeiristas don't matter. I'm saying that there's a lot of people who practice capoeira versus capoeiristas, and I like to keep that clear. And I think it's important that we understand that. He puts a lot of terminology that is needed for those people. So, one thing he also does, he gives a lot of bit of key information about the basis of how the Senzala group started, in his opinion. Remember, this is his book, so his opinion and how he says he was part of it. But it also gives something that it's interesting for most capoeiristas that don't know, is how the cordon system got introduced into capoeira. So I think it's interesting. Take a look. It'll talk about how the cordon system got involved and how capoeira seems to have developed over the years. As Mestre Nestor is also highly educated, so he's had a chance to travel and do a lot of different things and analyze capoeira and its growth over the last 40, 50 years, which is an incredible thing. I wish he would write a new little capoeira book, what he knows now. That would be amazing. Like I said, the rich imagery is amazing, and it really just hits you as a capoeirista, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing capoeira forever. He gets into the concept, and I believe this is one of the first books besides Mestre Acordeon that really starts talking about malicia and what the concepts of malicia are. He talks about his 3 different levels. In my book, I put 5. So I really also saw this as a base of how we see ourselves as capoeiristas. So the book goes on to discuss music and movements and have some of the most iconic drawings that you'll find in the capoeira world. If you have not seen any of these designs that come out of this book, then you haven't been part of capoeira. They're iconic designs that are really adorable designs that I guess he drew. And I just want to say, last thing, it's a 5-star book. If you're a capoeirista, you gotta read it. The link's below. I hope you guys like the review. Lots of love, lots of peace, lots of capoeira coming to you from Tokyo, Mestre. Don't forget to subscribe. If you buy the book, buy it through the link. That way you support our channel and support what we do. Have a wonderful Sunday. Ashe, lots of love, peace, and capoeira.